Welcome back, everyone. It is New Mutator, and I'm bringing you Game 4 of the Kickballers League, I guess, Week 1. This is game number 4. I think after this game, Rat King had to leave, and we did manage to play it, but I didn't save the film, so I don't know if I'm going to cast that or not. If I can get the film, I guess I'll cast it, but yeah, this is game number 4, and there were a couple of roster changes. GKG actually rejoined us for this game, and I guess he was disappointed to learn that we didn't win because we were all set to win it. So Donsky's team, though, with the comeback, managed to just kind of take that win away from our team, and they're kind of in the lead at this point in the match. 2-1, like I said. Donsky on his team, he has Arsenic, Mercadon. He's picked up. Well, let's see. He also has Cheery Day and Ankulator and Obelix again. I guess he lost Alucard, but he picked up Falcon. And he also picked up Browning, who was on the Southern Parking's team in the Myth World Cup 2012, if you will recall. I actually picked up Kruniak. But other than that, my roster is pretty much the same. We got Giant Killer General, Rat King, Milkman, Sam the Butcher, Renwood, Vi for Power, and of course myself. So this is a dark kind of map, and I don't think I have any experience on this map, and I'm like, okay, max Trobe, max Fetch, get a couple of these guys, get a couple of spiders for tagging stuff, get a bunch of melee, and get a couple of journeymen to heal the Tro later on. Let's see if Donsky's team did something a little similar, except they got a lot of Myrmidons, and I didn't get any Myrmidons at all because I don't know why. And then he also got one fewer of these Dwarven Hero dudes. But yeah, so I'm infamously, I guess at this point, slow at dispatching units, doing the trade, dispatching units and all that, and this game was no exception. It took me forever to figure out who I was going to give units to and like what units to give out. I think I had like units just sitting here. I think I handed them out, but they were just sitting there after the game already started, which sucks because this game is Flag Rally. I think it's 4 Leave 10 or something like that is the name of the map. I forget what it is, but it'll be in the description. So what I did was I gave GKG control of the Tro because I think he would probably make a pretty good Trower, and also Rat King suggested it, so I was like, all right, well, that'll probably do. Now Kruniak I picked up, and I recall he is a pretty good player, so I gave him some fetch, and I gave I think I split the fetch up 3 ways. So I gave Milkman 2, and I gave Rat King 3, and I'm trying to desperately hand out these units. I think I managed to. I basically took these spiders, which we'll see. These spiders are like miracle spiders. I took them. I just made them go here to flag 3, and then tried to divvy up these last remaining units as quickly as possible with the remaining players on our team. So Vi for Power, Renwood, Sam the Butcher, and so forth. I wanted them to split up these units here, but I wanted everybody to have something, so I tried to get that done as fast as possible. Now Donsky's team is kind of they're well rested, they're ready, prepared, and they're just moving out all across this map here, as you can see. It's kind of dark, so I can't really see it very well, but GKG and company are basically camping out on flag 1. As long as we can hold on to flag 1 without them getting a hold of it, then we're sitting pretty good. But they have all these units here, and they have a lot of units here, so controlling their Tro is Mercadon. They also have Falcon on some fetch here, as well as some other units down here. Now this is my Miracle Spiders in action. I'm basically going across the map with these spiders. I'm trying to get in their backfield because I'm like, okay, it's Flag Rally. We need to get some flags. So I'm basically going around their entire force here. And lucky for me, like, they hardly had any defense. I think I was able to tag like 1 or 2 more flags with that. But looking back at the middle here, I'm going to back up just slightly, take that off. We're actually doing pretty well. Focusing down their Tro. GKG is just in beast mode here. And Kruniak is actually working it with his fetch. So he's actually doing really well here as well. Just keeping this hold on flag 1 as they still have not tagged it. And meanwhile, like here we go, we can see the map edge here, but it's worth it as we can see kind of a little bit more than we would otherwise. I'm just going to swoop in here and take this flag without them even realizing that we've done so. And lucky for us, I think Rat King is able to swoop in and take this flag here. So we are able to kind of get a leg up on the flags. I think we only need this one flag here. And we are kind of able to push them off this mid. And they are at a disadvantage, 64 to 83% at this point. So we're actually doing really well. Their Tro's not looking too great. And, you know, I think my team is playing impeccably well. Somehow, even though we had like a bunch of these units just kind of sitting up here. Where are they? There we go. We still have some units here. Milkman with some berserks just kind of chilling out. But so, you know, even though we weren't quick on the draw, I think we made up for it with this bid for flag 1. We were able to hold on to that, and as a result, I think we were able to hold on to the win here. So a few units trying to take out some of these dwarves, it looks like, but I think we're looking pretty good. I'm still being chased around by a bunch of units. I think peeling all those units off of out of this this fray here was also kind of, I don't want to say it was instrumental, but I think it helped a lot in kind of securing this win, because like I said, we did have a bunch of units just chilling out at our start, not involved at all. And so yeah, our Tro's getting healed there. Is that Renwood? No, that's Milkman with the other journeyman. And basically this is the last remaining flag. They're down to 17%. I don't really see any way they can repel this, especially when we have 2 Tro remaining on the field. Wow. Giant Killer General takes one for the team, kicks that dwarf hero, takes the damage, just gets it out of the way. But now we have Rat King kind of also involved in this little engagement here. He is going to try to do as much damage as possible. I'm down to like 1 spider. I'm going to try to come to his aid. There's really very little I can do at this point. But somehow Rat King is able to kind of move in and take that flag, because there's very little remaining. Donsky with 3%. I think this is it here. Just barely anything remaining for Donsky's team. So I think ultimately it was these 2 characters here, Kruniak and Giant Killer General, basically winning it for us. Rat King did incredibly well. Milkman did pretty well, all things considered. You know, only 1 loss there for him. Vie for Power didn't do too hot, but he didn't do that bad either, because, you know, he only lost 5 units, and, you know, big deal. Sam the Butcher Renwood not doing too great either. Negative 33 damage. I'm not sure how that happened, but maybe if you noticed and you saw, you can let me know. But yeah, Giant Killer General with the Tro, 241 damage. That is incredible. 191 damage for Kruniak with 3 fetch and his units. Also doing really well. 18 damage, 18 kills, 16 kills. So that's what, 34 kills between them. That's like most of what we were able to get from this game came at their hands. So that gotta hand it to them for their stellar performance this game and kind of pulling it out for us. Rat King actually doing really well also. 14 kills for him. So that most of everything that we were able to do, they were able to do for our team. And I think a lot of that just had to do with the way the units were split up. You know, of course, the people with the power units are going to have the opportunity to get more damage and more kills and that kind of thing. But you know, I think everyone else kind of had similar units. You know, a dwarf and berserks at the very least. So, you know, I hope they're not too mad at me for giving, you know, my heavy hitters, so to speak, the power units this game, as we were able to pull out a win. For Donsky's team, Browning actually doing the best in terms of kills to losses ratios for this game, 11-7, but only 57 damage for him. Mercadon had more damage with 60, but 0 kills. I think he had the Tro. Donsky with 88 damage, but he had 5 kills to 10 losses, so not too great. And I also think that my magic spider flank, while it didn't win us the game, I think it put us in a position in where we kind of had an advantage because I was able to sneak by them and get into their backfield. They had to pull some units off to chase me around, and those units were not available for this mid engagement. And as a result, I was able to get a couple of flags and kind of keep them preoccupied, keep them distracted, so that our forces in the middle were able to work their magic. So I don't want to, toot my own horn, but I was really surprised that I was able to do that in this game. So this kind of ties up the series at 2 games apiece. However, I don't think we were not able to keep these rosters for the 5th game as Rat King, I think, had to leave. And like I said before, I'm missing the film, so I don't know if I'll cast that or not. If there's enough of a demand, I guess I'll cast it, but otherwise we'll just have to wait and see what transpires in week number 2 or whatever. So thanks again for joining me. This was a really, really tough match, evenly matched, I think. Really a tough set of games. So and they were actually a lot of fun. So I want to thank Rat King for putting this together, and then of course Milkman for the for designing the image that I'm using for YouTube. So thanks everyone for participating as well, and we'll see you in the next game.